Right, well, welcome back to Ultramarines from scratch. It's been an absolutely miserable bloody week. The wife, the baby and myself all got the vid and couldn't leave the house, which just was fucking terrible. Everyone coughing up their lungs, freaking muck and masses and boxes of tissues and staying home for the safety of ourselves and everyone else. But I did get a bit of time. I friggin' proceeded with the big tank, the Spartan battle tank from the box set. And not 100% freaking stoked with it. So my first thoughts when I had a look at it is that's the most retarded design for a tank that I've ever seen. I mean, it's supposed to be the super future. Shouldn't they have like floating tanks or something like that? But no, they got treads on the outside, which had carried mud and crap all the way along. You know, the tracks would go this way. And just flick up all the crap out of here and drag it along here and dump it on every single part of the superstructure. Plus all these big flat surfaces that freaking absorb shots. Did a little tri-explosion here, which is all right. Like a 90. I actually looked at some videos on how shells detonate against armour, and that would have just penetrated. But I'm assuming they got super armour because it's the far-flung future of 30k. But as for the rest of the tank, I'm trying this hard edge highlighting without grading, and this I'll just be using the spray gun. It's not as fine, not quite as good with the spray gun as I would have liked. So the shading, the original colour, and then ink washed, and then I highlighted all the edge highlights with the original colour, and then highlighted it with a very light grey, and then straight over with this line edging. The line edging looks very pronounced. It makes the whole thing look cartoony, I think. The mud is crap, but it's mud, made it look dirty. The wash has given it the shine, which I'm not happy about. The interior looks all right. I'm happy with an interior. Anything with moving parts is good. And the weapons options. Got the Havoc launcher, the Hunter Killer missile, 2 smoke launchers, but the two, my God, would you have a weapon mount on the outside, you know, a free moving weapon mount on the outside that is exposed like that? It makes no sense. Anyway. It's a ridiculous design, but it's a ridiculous concept of the universe. So I'm actually kind of enjoying the stupidity of it. I tried to steal some ideas from the actual book on how to do the colouring from the actual the Astartes book. So I went to the white with the gold edge. Unfortunately the tape and my original try, it didn't edge very well, because my first layer of lacquer didn't adhere nicely, so I didn't get a nice smooth finish. So it's sort of got this bumpy edge. It's a tank. Like I said, from a distance, it'll look okay. But yeah, I decided to have a crack at that before I had a crack at the 2 small ones, because this was the big one from the kit, and I figure I'll get the main kit done before I really move on to this other thing. So I basically got this tank done. 20 Marines. This tank done, 20 Marines, and and the big robot and the Praetors. So yeah, it'll come along. So I'll get another 20 of these done. These are almost done. They'll be done very, very soon. Just got to put the silvers on, re-edge and highlight and ink. The tanks these 2 rhinos may take a little bit longer. Still figuring out if I want to do any flashness with them or just stick with the resin pits. It'll come along. And the Terminators. Now I did actually finally come to a decision with the Terminators. So I've gone on a Forge Weld, and I have ordered 2 sets of power axes for the Cataphracti. I've also gone on to another site, and I've ordered rocket cacks, which will which I'll glue onto the top, because there's a unit called, I don't have any like really amazing units, and currently I don't have any real close combat units, and I don't really want to make the breaches just yet. So I'm going to base this around a shooting Ultramarines army and get maybe one part of the rules Dad set in my mind, which will be shooting first, movement and shooting, and using the transports. So I've got the rocket launchers on order. So I'm going to make these things called Fulmentaris Terminators. I think that's called Fulmentaris. Let me pull up the magic paperwork here. Liberastartes. Always the way when you want to find something. Oh, shit. Okay. So you might have noticed I'm not the most organised chap in the world. Lords of War, Thunderhawk. I'm actually a bit of a messy prick. So these Fulmentaris, must be back here somewhere. These will be the first hand-to-hand combat things I'll make. This Locatura Storm Squad, because they get a bonus for everything that's been shot at. They'll get a bonus to hit. And they got like this pretty cool sword. So a sword and a bolt pistol. So that will be the first close combat unit I'll put together. Locatura Storm Squad. Nemesis Destroyer Squad. I found two sets of rules for this same squad. One of them, which is in this the Calf campaign, allows each model to take a melter bombs plus 25 points per squad. But this one from the downloaded PDF doesn't have that option, which the melter bombs seem quite useful, and only the sergeant may take it from this one. Honoured Telemercus, don't know anything about him. Here it is, Fulmentaris Terminator Squad. So I'm going to have a unit of 10 Fulmentaris Terminator Squads, which will be close to 500 points. So 55 points a model, Legion Vexilla, Power Fist, Chain Fist, probably not a Thunderhammer, because I do believe I'm just going to have these as a shooty thing. So yeah, two different types of missiles, 36 and 24, Strength 5 and 8, AP 5 and 2, Heavy 4, Breaching 6, so 5, 10, 5, 4 is 20, Breaching 6 plus Pinning Strength 5, that's pretty good, and the Plasma missiles for for shooting at tanks and stuff. And the Patriarch Targeter, I've got a little guest terrorising bugger off Bree. So it looks like they can stand and shoot, and get rid of rules like night fighting, which sounds pretty good. So they're the units I'm going to turn the Terminators into. I've also decided to buy a second box, because I don't think I'm going to have, if I'm going to run a spam unit of as many little troops as I can, and just try and gum up every single aspect of the enemy's firing or close combat, I'm going to need a lot more troops. So my idea for my army as I get to 3,000 points will be literally unit of 10, or 10 or 20 of just wholly and solely Legion Space Marine troops, and I'm just going to spam them to hell, and hopefully at the end of the course I will have more wounds than they will have bullets. So I'm sort of going the Russian thinking of combat, that's my thinking currently, because these are too cheap, $35 to get up, but they only carry 10 men or 12 men, and they're not really worth bounding anything into to make it a little bit extra. So we'll see. Anyway, that's the plan. The big tank is finished. Rumble, rumble. And it looks good. Look at, and robot tank I think it's going to come along all right when they're all done. Anyway, I'm still enjoying hobbying. Hopefully, I'll get over this COVID. I've still got 2 or 3 days with it. And then, unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the game last Thursday because I was literally hacking up a lung. And, oh my God, I don't know. I would imagine if anyone's seen this, you at least know one person who's had the COVID. And they're not joking. You do hack up a lung. Oh, fucking terrible. Anyway, look after yourselves, look after your family, love the lot of yous, and keep painting, keep enjoying yourselves. Toodaloos, and see you later.